اتفضل يا خلاف.
I stopped and looked behind me. Joe was closer now, and the smile on his face looked very unfriendly. I could not go out of the door, and Joe was right behind me. I turned around quickly and ran towards Joe. Before he knew what I was doing, I put my arms around him and started dancing. He was very surprised and tried to pull away from me, but he couldn't fight pro-
Properly.
properly. He was afraid that the other people would notice.
ماشي يا أحمد. عمر دهب.
نعم يا مستر.
كمل يا عم.
Excuse me, sir, said a voice. Said a voice. Excuse me, sir. You haven't paid your bill. I had forgotten to pay for the drinks. The waiter came running. Came running up to me, and I quickly took out $10 and gave them to the waiter.
Yes.
Then I heard, uh, uh, "You can keep the change," I said as I gave him the money. Without waiting for a reply, I turned and hurried towards the door. Then I heard the waiter's voice again. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir," he said. I stopped and turned around. I stopped and turned around. The waiter came up to me. Excuse me, sir. $10 is not enough," he said. The piece of your drinks, the price of your drinks is $12. Las Cabanas is very expensive," I said as I gave the waiter another $5. "Now you can keep the change."
شكرا يا بطل. كمل يا محمد يا إبراهيم يا محمد.
Then I stopped thinking about money. Joe was walking quickly towards me. I turned around and ran towards the door as fast as I could. I got to the door and was just about to leave Las Cabanas. I was happy because I had escaped. Then I got a surprise. There, standing by the door of the nightclub, was Joe's tall friend. It was the same man who had hit me on the head in Miss Garfield's apartment. The tall man had seen me coming and had moved in front of the door. Now I couldn't get out.
محمد الشاوي.
حضرتك يا مستر.
اتفضل.
مستر أبدأ معلش يا مستر، كنت بفتح الستوري. وقفنا عند I left.
طيب خليك وهتقرأ بعد مروان زهير. يلا.
تمام.
Of the other people around us had stopped dancing. They were staring in surprise at the sight of two men dancing together. I fitted
lifted.
I lifted my foot and kicked Joe's leg as hard as I could. He gave a cry of pain and fell to the door. I looked around to see where I could run to. Joe's tall friend was coming through the dancers towards me. I turned around and ran off the dance floor. I looked back over my shoulder and saw that both Joe and his friend were following me. I ran between the tables where people were eating. The floor were slippery, and I fell over as I fell. I knocked over a table and the plates of.
Knocked. I knocked.
I knocked over a table and the plates of food, and the glasses fell on top of me. I got up quickly and ran out
شكرا يا
through
مروان.
one.
يلا يا شهاوي كمل.
to
شهاوي.
مع حضرتك يا مستر.
مستر
نعم.
احنا لسه ما قلناش يا مستر بداية شابتر 14.
قلت ليه؟
ما قلناش يا مستر بداية شابتر 14.
ايوه يا مستر لسه ما قرأناش البداية بتاعتها.
امال احمد خلاف كان بيقرا ايه؟
كان بيقرأ يا
مستر هما
مستر
داخلين متأخر.
14.
شابتر 14 بس ما قرأناش البداية. ايوه اللي هي دي. ما
أنا
قرأناش.
علي صوتك.
أنا الهيبنوتايز.
مستر أنا قريت الحتة بتاعتي بعدين مش عارف لقيتهم قروا حتة تانية.
هما مستر
انا عارف.
داخلين
عارف.
متأخر.
بصوا يا شباب، بص مفيش مشكله. ها يلا بس نكمل دي. ايران. I got up.
I ran between the tables where
I
people.
got up.
I got up quickly and ran out through one of the door into the kitchen. Then I stopped and counted to 5
Counted to 5.
as Joe and his tall friend were coming towards the door. I pushed the door closed as hard as I could. There was a loud begin as the man
Loud
ran.
bang.
The man ran into the door. I smiled and
Smile.
turned around, but I didn't. Don't smile for very long. Their cooks were coming towards me with big kitchen knives in their heads. كمل يا مستر.
ده اللي بعده الديب. كامل يا ديب.
يا مستر.
اتفضل.
I looked at the cooks and at the knives they were holding. I thought about running towards them and trying to fight them. I decided that it would be a stupid idea to try and fight 3 big men with knives. To my left, there was a very big saucepan full of boiling soup on the stove. I picked it up and threw it at the cooks. There were loud cries of pain as the hot soup hit the 3 men.
شكرا يا احمد.
مستر عبد الرحمن سرور داخل بس بالي شوية، دخلت متأخر.
هعمل ايه يعني؟
أنا كان اسمي في الأول يعني.
لا انا بنده بمزاج. انا اللي بيدخل بدري الساعه 7:30 ولا بخليه يقرا الاول. يحيى محمد كمل وبعد كده عمر فرعون. يحيى فرعون.
بس معلش ما معلق بس.
يلا يا يحيى.
أنا مستر to my left there was a
يحيى
big
الاول.
sauce. To my left there was a big saucepan full of
دي
boiling soup.
خلصناها اللي بعدها just then.
Just then the door opened behind me. Joe and his tall friend stood in the doorway, and the tall man was holding a gun. There was a loud bang as the gun went off. The bang was followed by a loud scream of pain from one of the cooks because the tall man had shot him in the foot by mistake. I quickly picked up a large pile of dirty plates and threw them at Joe. He saw the plate coming. He saw the plate coming and he tried to move away as
كمل يا عمر فرعون.
Hamster. He moved, he slipped on the floor and fell onto a pile of broken plates. With hot waiting,
without waiting.
Without waiting, I ran to a door and at the back of the kitchen. The door was locked and I banged against the door with my shoulder. The lock broke easily and I pushed the door open as I ran out into the dark street. I could still hear the shots,
shout
shouts
shout.
and cries coming from the club. I came to the
صوتك راح فين؟ كليسلر.
Chrysler and bent over to open the door just
شكرا يا
then.
عمر. عاصم.
حاضر يا مستر.
اتفضل.
ممكن بس تمام.
اقرأ يا عاصم يلا. I just.
حاضر يا مستر. Just then there was a noise behind me. I turned around and saw a man with his arm raised. Then I felt a triple pain in my head. Everything went black. I fell to the ground unconscious.
unconsciousness وفقد الوعي. اوكي. في سؤال يا شباب. في حاجة مش واضحة الأول في شابتر في شابتر 14.
لا.
الناس اللي داخلة متأخر بصوا معايا كده يا شباب. أنا هقول لك الستينت بوينتس اللي هي النقط الأساسية اللي موجودة، كله يسمعني. Lenny was trapped. Joe, the short red-haired man, was behind him, and the tall man was in front of him. Lenny turned quickly and ran towards Joe. He got hold of him and drove him to the middle of the dance floor. He started to dance with Joe. The dancers on the dance floor were surprised and stopped dancing to watch the two men dancing together. So, Joe had a knife against Lenny's back. The latter kicked him hard in the leg. Lenny then turned around and ran off the dance floor. He ran through the tables towards the entrance of the kitchen. دخل المطبخ. He slipped on the floor, knocking a table and some plates and glasses over him. He got up quickly and headed towards one of the doors leading to the kitchen. He waited for a few seconds until Joe and his friend came near the door, and he slammed the door hard against them. There was a loud bang as the two men ran into the door. As three cooks with big knives ran towards Lenny, he picked up a big saucepan with boiling soup and threw it at them. At the moment the door was opened, and there were Joe and his tall friend with a gun in his hand. The tall man fired his gun at Lenny, but the bullet hit one of the cooks in his foot. يعني الطلقة جت في مين؟ جت في مين؟
one of the
واحد من
cooks.
الطباخين في رجليه.
Lenny quickly picked up some dirty plates and threw them at Joe. Who fell on the broken plates while trying to move away. Then Lenny ran quickly to the door and pushed it open. In the dark street, he could hear shouts and cries coming out of the club. Trying to open the door of his Chrysler, Lenny saw a man with his arm raised. The man hit him hard on his head. Everything went black and fell to the ground unconsciousness. Who do you think hit him on his head? اللي يعرف يرفع ايده يا شباب. أحمد علاء.
The tall man with the gun.
No. Another one. زياد شامل.
A policeman?
A policeman. Maybe. Okay, Yusuf.
A policeman.
He may be a policeman because the next chapter started with the policeman. Okay. دلوقتي يا شباب هكتب لكم question في غرفة النقاش. عايز كله يدخل عليه دلوقتي ويجاوبوا. Sorry. What surprised some of the dancers on the dance floor? يلا يا شباب اتفضلوا. عبد الله جمال
ايوه يا مستر.
فتحت معاك؟
ايه حاضر يا مستر. ايوه انا مستر انا بتحمل لسه ما فتحتهاش، بس انا بتحمل عندي الغرض.
احمد عبد الوهاب.
هي يا مستر ايوه فتحت معايا.
ايه يا مستر.
والله الناس جاوبت اهي. That there is two men dancing. بقول لك ايه ممتاز يا بطل، بس what's your name؟
انا مستر احمد الديب.
ما بتظهر لي احمد ابو وهاب.
مستر هو مستر اسمه كده.
اسمك احمد ابو وهاب الديب؟
ايه يا مستر.
ماشي يا بطل. Because there was two men that were dancing on the dance floor. طبعا في سؤالين او ثلاثه هيجوا لك في الواجب النهارده غير الاختبار عن الستوري، صح وغلط. شوف هتقراهم، لو انت قرات الدرس بتاع النهارده هتفهمهم.
مستر
نعم.
واحنا وصلنا كام في يونت في التايم؟ في يونت كام؟
10. اشمعنى؟
لا يا مستر عشان بس كنت قاعد بشوف الكتاب، عاوز احضر يعني.
بارك الله فيك. اللي بيحضر مش عارف هو واقف فين كام.
لا يا
ماشي يا
مستر
عم.
ما هو انا قطعت فترة، انا مش عارف احنا وصلنا لحد فين.
اللي مش عارف بيدخل والله على الحصة بتاعت امبارح، هتلاقيها عندك في الفيديو. عندك كل يوم 2 3 4 5 حصة، بتشوف احنا واقفين فين. لو انت مش عايز تتعب نفسك يعني وتدور يعني. عندك زمايلك على الماسنجر ممكن تسألهم عادي. — 13 بس يا شباب اللي بعتهم. احنا كام واحد احنا؟ احنا 24 ما شاء الله. هنضيع الحصة كلها. عبد الرحمن سرور.
نعم يا مستر.
اللي يعرف إجابة السؤال اللي أنا هقوله يا شباب يحطه في الشات. يلا يا عبد الرحمن. What happened to one of the cooks؟
يا مستر تاني؟
ولا حطوه في غرفة نقاش تانية اهو. What
ماشي.
happened؟ قول يا عبد الرحمن لو أنت عارف الإجابة. What happened to one of the cooks؟ بتقول يا عبد الرحمن يا سرور.
نعم.
What happened to one of the cooks؟ ايه اللي حصل له يا ابني؟ في واحد من الطباخين حصل له ايه؟
مستر knives in their hands.
زي ما انت كده نايم. محمد عبد الله. What happened to one of the cooks؟ عبد الله سعيد.
نعم يا مستر.
اتفضل. What happened to one of the cooks?
ما اعرفش يا مستر.
أحمد علم.
نعم يا مستر. He shooting in his leg.
He had a shot. طبعا اللي حصل له The tall man had a gun and aimed at Lenny وكان هيضرب ليني خلاص. The bullet missed Lenny لكن هي فاتت من ليني and hit the cook in the foot by mistake. بدل ما يضرب ليني فاتت منه وخبطت الطباخ. ده آخر حاجة. وسؤال تالت يا شباب. آخر سؤال ده يلا عشان قبل ما الحصة تنتهي. What happened to Lenny as he was about to open the door of his car. ايه اللي حصل له؟ اظن ده سهل. اكتبوا لكم واحد هنا.
مستر،
نعم.
السؤال اللي حضرتك لسه كاتبه ده ما ظهرليش.
What happened to Lenny when he was about to open his car door? طيب نجاوب عليه في الشات يا شباب لأنه مش عايز يتضاف على غرفة النقاش. كله جاوب عليه في الشات يلا. What happened to Lenny when he was about to open his car door?
انت لا عاوز تلعب بحساب يقول لي لا بتاع كود كود.
ايوه بقى انت ومروان ومين بقى؟ مروان يا زهير.
ايوه يا مستر.
يلا مع السلامة من المكان. تتكلم مع مين دلوقتي؟
لا يا مستر، ده كنت بس اخويا يا مستر.
ماشي
معلش.
يلا مع السلامة.
لا
شوف مين الشباب he felt a terrible pain in his hair and he fell to the ground. يا عمر يا سامي he fell unconsciousness. لازم تقول هو أغمى عليه. اوكي نفس النظام يا عمر يا دهب. he fell to the ground unconsciousness. لازم نكتب دي، هي دي الإجابة. he got fainted. ممتاز يا دي. اوكي يا شباب، في حد عنده اي استفسار في شابتر 14؟ الاسبوع الجاي ان شاء الله 15 و 16 مع بعض. هنبتديها ب 14 و 15 مع بعض باذن الله. كله يحل الاختبار النهارده يا شباب بالواجب. اوكي
مستر
نعم يا
أنا
عبد الله.
بعته مستر
He
أنا
heard
بعته
the voice and turned around and saw a man raising his hand and the man kicked him all things and went black. ماشي تمام يا عبد الله. ممتاز يا زياد.
كلمة
ممتاز يا حمد.
consciousness أنا ما كملتهاش عشان حضرتك كنت هتقفل
أهم حاجة بس everything went black and he got unconsciousness. لازم تكتب unconsciousness أو feel fainted. أوكي fainted يعني أغمى عليه برضه. ممتاز يا سيف. ممتاز يا إبراهيم. حمزة. سيف الدين. عمر ذهب. اوكي يا شباب يلا goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye teacher.